What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and the test flight video of the FPV Egg 136. But before we take it out to the field for a test flight, I wanted to go over a couple of things that I have done to the quadcopter since the last time. As you know, that the run cam connector for the joystick, it was flopping around a little bit, so I put a little zip tie to hold it down together with the chunk of the wire connector coming out of the harness. So now it is a little bit more secure, but I can still access the connector. And I've also put a zip tie on the hind leg to hold down the JST battery connector. And as you can see, I've already installed the props. Got the white ones in the front and the yellow ones in the back. And that is just about everything that I have done so far. So it is ready to go. So let's go ahead and bring in the scale and give it a final weigh in before the flight test. All right, zeroed out. So the quadcopter by itself is coming in at 87 grams, which is not bad. And here's that 550 milliamp battery that was in the package. And now it is weighing in at 123 grams. All right, so there's one more thing I wanted to check before we take it out to the field and test fly it. I want to make sure that the camera and the video transmitter is in working condition and that the camera is in focus as well. And to do that, I have my 7-inch LCD monitor. It is a 5.8 gigahertz 32 channel TRS 2000A by Alta Qualidade. I just received it in the mail, so I'm checking it out as well. One thing I really like about this 7-inch LCD monitor is that it has a external battery power source instead of a built-in battery, which is a very good thing, because I have had incidents where I have taken things like this out to the field and it is low on battery and you are not able to charge it up in time to utilize it. And in this case, this 7-inch LCD monitor utilizes 2S all the way up to 6S battery to power it up, in which case I'm using a 3S battery at the moment, but any 2S to 6S battery in your battery box will power this baby up. So let's go ahead and turn on the power. A short press will turn on the power on the LCD monitor, and let's power up the quadcopter. Oh, and look at that, we are in the correct frequency as well. Let's check it out here. We got some OSD from the Micro Swift, the run cam, so which is nice. We got the on time, which is going to be handy as well. So we're going to use this to measure our flight time as well. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look and see here. Hey, that's pretty nice looking at itself. Very, very nice. It is in perfect focus and I can see everything in clear detail, even in this dark garage. So that is just fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the monitor off. A long press will turn it off, and let's go ahead and unplug the battery. And there's one more thing I wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier, is that I did adjust the tilt angle on the FPV camera to 30 degrees. You got to unloosen this little screw and then unloosen the 2 screws that are holding the camera in place, and you can kind of tilt adjust it. But you will have to move that video transmitter, unstick it and move it more further back in order for the camera to have that room to be tilted over a little bit. And then you go ahead and tighten up that screw and tighten up the 2 holding screws on the FPV camera. All right, so now we are completely ready to test fly this FPV Egg 136. So let's go on over to the field and test fly this thing. All right, here we are out in the field. Beautiful day. The wind is just starting to pick up a little bit. So let's go ahead and check it out. I have the 550 milliamp 2-cell battery that came with the quadcopter. So let's go ahead and arm it and check it out. Line of sight. Okay, this is the maiden flight of the KINGKONG 136 FPV Egg, and so far it's looking pretty nice. I'm running the default PIDs that came with the quadcopter from King Kong, the 18, 18, and 36 on the P value. And looks like it's got good enough control right here. No problem. Does not feel sluggish at all. Okay, very quiet. Feels like I got enough power too. Yeah, the wind's picking up. We had some unbelievable winds yesterday. Like 30 to 40 miles an hour winds. Alright, let's do a punch out with the 2S. Oh yeah. Kind of like the 130. Has more than enough power with the 2S. And I've been flying my Fly Egg 130 with just a 2S bat. And it's doing perfectly fine. Alright, one more punch out. Oh yeah. Definitely enough power with the 2S. You don't need to fly this thing with the 3S. And the controls are very, very nice with this jumper remote. Oh yeah, it scoots really quick too. Okay, I heard a little beep on that throttle up. Oh, look at how fast it is. Wow. I'm impressed. Very nice setup here. No problems. No flip of death or anything like that either. Okay, we are in acro. So let's check it out. Oh, it is nice in acro too. And we got the white props in the front and yellow props in the back. So orientation is no problem too. All right. Very, very nice. I can hear a little bit of prop wash noise on the way down, but I don't think that's going to show in the FPV. All right, so flicking it back up to stability mode, and the wind's just picking up. So let's see if I can land it on the table here. All right, that was our first flight. Line of sight with the 2S 550 milliamp battery that came with the quadcopter. Let's go ahead and put another 2S battery on here and try our luck at FPV. All right, here we go with our first FPV flight. I have a 450 milliamp 2-cell battery on here, GMB as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. A little jumpy here and there. And I still have the same tune that came with the quadcopter, the 1836 proportional. It's not that bad actually. It's pretty smooth. I think it could go a little higher. Oh man, I heard a little beep already on this battery. So this battery is not a new battery, it's kind of an old battery. So far so good. The video quality is just awesome. It's looking just fantastic. And it is very smooth. There, I heard another beep going on. But so far it is doing just awesome. What is that? Is that the wind? Yeah, it's a piece of paper flying around in the wind. Huh. Yep, that is a piece of paper. Don't want to get slapped with it. Let's go and visit the 100-meter bush and see if we got control with the XM receiver, and the video reception is just as good. Yeah, so far it is flying awesome. But I would prefer the P gain to be a slight bit higher than this. Okay, let's do some flips. And there is the default rates. Man, but this thing is just a smooth flyer right out of the box. And every time I punch it, there's a little beep going on, and that time I heard a couple of beeps, maybe 3 beeps. And so far, no problem. No flip of death, nothing like that we have experienced with the FlyEgg 130. And you know, once I switched over to the JST on the FlyEgg 130, we had no problems either. So yeah, looking pretty good. Flying for 3.5 minutes. Well, almost 3 minutes because I started late. So let's go ahead and bring it in with this battery here. Every time I punch it, it is beeping. So let's go ahead and bring it in. Alright, so that is our first initial flight with the FPV Egg 136, and it is looking promising. What I'm going to do is slap another 2S battery. I'm going to change the PIDs. Alright, so before changing the PIDs, what I want to do is test it out with a 3S battery line of sight first. And let's go ahead and check that out as well. I got a 3S 350 milliamp GMB battery on here. Yeah, looking like we got a lot more power, and it is still flying pretty smooth actually. Look at the height that it's getting when I want to go straight actually. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh yeah, with the 3S, this thing is a speed monster, and the punch out is not bad at all either. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, punch out. Oh yeah. Look at that hang time. They say not to use a 3S, but the PIDs that it comes with is so low that it should be alright. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to check out how hot the motors are real quick here. So we know it's got a decent amount of power with the 3S. Alright. No, the motors are not even warm. So it should be alright. Good to go. Nice. Let's go ahead and check it back out here. Oh, look at that. Just a tiny bit of throttling up and it's just jumping out of the table. Oh yeah, definitely got a lot of power with the 3S. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Slightly lost orientation there. All right, so it can handle a 3S. So let's go ahead and bring it in. So what I'm going to do now is actually, with the same PIDs, I'm going to go ahead and slap another 3S battery and do another FPV session. Alright, here we go with our second FPV flight, and this time around I do have another 350 milliamp 3-cell battery, GMB. So let's go ahead and check it out with the default PIDs that the KINGKONG 136 comes with. Alright, arming it. Oh yeah, it's got tons of power right off the bat. I don't have to throttle up that much. And it is a slight bit better on the control sticks. A little bit less sluggish. So by upping the cells you do get more positive control. And it's just a smooth flyer. Nice. Yeah, I'm not getting that much prop wash either. Oh, it flies just awesome. There's a little prop wash right there. So there is a little room to tweak the PIDs just a little bit, even with the 3S. And she is flying really, really nice, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. We had some kind of a flip there. Yeah, the battery must be on the low as well. So let's go ahead and bring it in. I don't hear any buzzer going off. But what was that? Yeah, perhaps what we need to do with this one here is change the JST over to a XT30. But if you're going to run it with the 2S, I think the JST is just perfectly fine. But if you're going to jump over to 3S, yeah, an XT30 should benefit this quadcopter here. And look at that. Yep, the battery has come to an end. All right, and the beeper is going off like crazy. All right, so that is our second FPV flight with the FPV Egg 136 with a 3S battery. All right, here we are with another FPV flight. I got another 2S battery on here, 450 milliamp. I went into Beta Flight and I changed some PID values. I put on the Beta Flight default PIDs with D values at 30 and 35. I also turned off the accelerometer and I turned on full-time air mode as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. A lot less sluggish. And she's running pretty good with Beta Flight defaults as well. And I'm kind of liking this feel a lot better than what it came with. And I also upped the rates as well to 1.1 and super rates to 0.8 roll and pitch. And the wind is starting to pick up even more, so now we have more wind. Oh, she's running a lot more better with Beta Flight defaults, man. Wow. A lot more easier to control. It doesn't wander off. There is a little bit of prop wash around the turns though, but yeah, there you go. That flutter. Oh, she's running pretty good. I kind of like this better than the low P values. That feels kind of sluggish. It's a little bit nicer actually. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring it in, and that's how it feels like with Beta Flight defaults with a 2S battery. So let's go ahead and slap on a 3S battery and see how it feels like with Beta Flight defaults. Alright, here we go, yet another FPV flight. This time I got a 3S battery, 350 milliamp GMB battery, and we are running Beta Flight default PIDs with these set at 30 and 35, just like before. So let's check it out. it's not doing that bad either with default beta flights. There's a little bit of beep going on too. This battery is on the low and it's not the strongest of batteries. But there you go. And it is beeping away like crazy. So it's a bad battery. And let me go ahead and land it before it burns out. So there you have it, guys. The 3S flight with the default beta flight, it's all right, but needs a little bit of tweaking. There's a little bit of vibration, but it can handle it. So let's go ahead and check out what it feels like on the motors. The motors are not hot at all. They're just kind of maybe lukewarm. So it can handle 3S. All right, so just got done checking out the KINGKONG FPV Egg 136, and it is one fantastic little flyer. Now, as I see it on the web page, the pricing of this thing is a little bit high. It's above the FPV Egg 138, in which the FPV Egg 138 has all the top-notch components in there, and it also has Betaflight OSD. So the pricing is not justifiable for this one here. I hope they realize that and bring it down in between the FPV Egg 138 and the Fly Egg 130. So the pricing is not right for this one as of yet. So hopefully they adjust it. So we flew it with the given 550 milliamp for the line of sight, as well as some 450 milliamp 2-cell batteries for line of sight, as well as some FPV. And I think this quadcopter is excellent with the 2S. You don't really need the 3S, but we have seen that when it flies with the 3S, with the default PIDs that it came with, the 1836 on the proportional, it did okay. It felt more locked in, but with the Betaflight default PIDs, it felt a lot more locked in. But with the 3S battery, it did give us more oscillation. So maybe need to tune it down with the 3S battery a little bit. But with the 2S battery, it did just perfect with the Betaflight default PIDs. I really like it right there. So I'm going to leave it at Betaflight default PIDs for now. And what I have here is some Tattoo 800 milliamp 2S batteries. I'm going to go ahead and check it out some more with those batteries. So that is it for now, guys. That is my flight test and review of the KINGKONG FPV Egg 136. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.
bit-by-bit, creative imagination began with a new art form. Makes me feel I belong to something.